David Kelly back in the side after that suspension. He'll be looking to get on the score sheet this afternoon. In fact, it's Sheffield United who are to kick off in their red and white striped shirts. Referee Mr. Wright just takes the signal from his two linesmen and gets us underway. Blades with the throw. Good flick on. Mills enjoying his longest run in the side, earning the free kick there for Wolves, which Paul Blades will take down below us. Plenty of bodies up on the edge of the box. Long towards Mills. Comes down for Cowans. De Wolf read it well, cut out the ball, aimed towards Carvert. Again Blades with the header, and difficult conditions this afternoon, Neil. The pitch, although the undersoil heating has been on for 3 days and has prevented any possibility of frost, it's still very cold out there.
It is, it's a bitterly cold day, but it's going to be a tough afternoon for Wolves, because Sheffield United are certainly hot. They're on a very good run indeed, so this will probably be the toughest game that Wolves face over the holiday period.
It's Father Christmas lookalike John De Wolf to take the free kick. In fact, I think he's going to leave it for Paul Jones, who's of course retained his place in the side in place of Mike Stahl in the Wolves goal. Quite a number of changes throughout the side in the last few matches. Goodman, Cowans being closed down quickly. The clearance by Hartfield all the way through to Jones. Venus looking for Kelly, comes off the marking Brian Gale. Gale well read. Crossfield ball from Hodges. Gage volleys it across field to Glenn Hodges, and his touch on now. Put behind for a corner by Andy Scott. That's the fourth corner that Sheffield United have had in this first half. Three of them, of course, coming consecutively. Starbuck there with Charlie Hartfield. Starbuck who hits it in and should be Jones's. Just a suggestion of a fumble there, but he caught it safely in the end. Good opportunity for Paul Jones to keep his place in the side. He's got the opportunity in the first team now, and as he said after the victory over Charlton here, it's up to him to maintain that place in the side. Dennison leaving it for Mark Venus. Dennison chipping it to Cowans, back to Venus. Now Cowans will loop it in. Flick on from Kelly, comes to Goodman. Oh, and just wide. Don Goodman, still frustrated, hasn't got his first goal at Molineux. Not a good free kick from him, but Cowans gets a touch to Venus. Now Dennison to take on Gage. Wins the throw. Cowans loops it across towards Goodman. He was coming on the back post. Emblin unable to get hold of that one. We haven't seen too much of Neil Emblin in the opening half an hour here. He had a tremendous game at Barnsley and was scored in that excellent 3-1 victory. Venus chipping it forward, looking for Kelly. Lovely head down, could come to Lee Mills. Decides to try it himself, and he wasn't too far away. Good save by Alan Kelly in the end. The Irish goalkeeper having to scramble the ball away as Lee Mills' shot just bounced in front of him. But best opportunity Wolves have had so far, Neil.
Yes, forced a good save there from Kelly, and the goal-bound efforts are certainly getting closer to the target now.
Cowns it'll be with the corner. And towards the front post and came over the top of three players. Alan Kelly was unsure, I think, there whether to come to try and collect that one himself. Vert and Venus, and it's Venus who wins it. Gale heads it forward. It's Emblin able to intercept Gale again, the chance to get it forward. Appeals for a handball against Starbuck. Just about 7.5 minutes to go here in the first half. No score, but two sides really cancelling each other out, largely in midfield, Neil.
Yes, and I have to say, from a Wolves point of view, I don't think that the Kelly-Mills combination is looking as threatening as when Mills linked up with Steve Bull the other night against Charlton. Kelly seemed to have made some progress early on when he was drifting out to the left and taking on Gage, but he's being well policed at the moment.
Dennison getting a good cross in and just headed away at Emblin. Kelly's there, puts it back to Mills. There's an offside flag on the far side. 45 minutes have actually expired on my watch. And we haven't had a lot of stoppages in this first half. Kelly with the flick inside, Mills powering his way through. Lee Mills, good ball through for Neil Emblin. Oh, and he puts it just wide of Alan Kelly's left-hand post. But a great run by Lee Mills to set that up in the first place, and almost provided Neil Emblin with a perfect half-time goal. Quite a number of passes, a higher than average number of passes going astray in this match. Law, solid defending, gets across to cover Vert, who's really looked the most lively customer in a red and white striped shirt. Gage, good cross in now, headed behind for the first corner of this second half. And it's Sheffield United who have it. I don't quite think that's what John de Wolf meant to do, but his header, well, the short corner taken and no one there to cover it. Starbucking low and cleared off the front post by Paul Blades. United have another corner. This time Goodman coming to cut off the short corner. Hartfield crosses it in towards the back post, and it's Mills who's there to cover. And just like we did in the first half, United have 3 consecutive corners. Charlie Hartfield it is who's going to take the corner on the far side. Whether the Starbuck will join him for the short one again. No, this time a more traditional, conventional corner towards the front post. A hit back in low, and it's there from Nathan Blake. Nathan Blake, the substitute, has scored for United. The corner was cleared to Hartfield. He hit it back in hard and low. It bounced through a crowd of players, and Blake, with the simplest of tasks, heads it home from just 2 yards. Well, Neil, you said if he had another opportunity, he'd probably take it.
I didn't expect it to be with his head, but he is a good player in the air. Now, if you look at the statistics of this game, just from the aspect of the number of corners, you'd think it was a procession of one-way traffic, and certainly it's very dangerous to give Sheffield United so many corners, because they're the sort of team that can prove lethal at the dead ball situation.
Well, so they did there, although of course it was really from outfield play that the chance came after the corner had been cleared. But now Wolves have a real task on their hands. Blades winning the header. Rogers turns and volleys it in one. Kelly. Now Goodman. Blades. Good cross in. Gage again, the man to get it forward, and Blake is in the clear, he's onside. He's only got Jones to beat, and he chips it over him, and in! Nathan Blake, the second half substitute, makes it 2. A long ball out from Kevin Gage, downfield, and Nathan Blake showed fleet of foot on that far side, only had to keep it a beat, and Paul Jones was left stranded in no man's land as Nathan Blake chipped it over him, and those Sheffield United fans have plenty to celebrate now, Neil.
Yes, they're bowing down now in worship to Nathan Blake, and certainly that's a beautiful goal. Now, Dave Bassett and some of the Sheffield United officials get very sensitive about people referring to their direct style of play, but when it brings results like that, you wouldn't think they'd complain.
Indeed, we know about that. They have Emblin fires it in now. Cowans, great saving tackle again by Rogers. Appeal for, in fact it was Nielsen, the two blonde-haired players, rather similar, and it was Nielsen again, the man to get across there and cover the shot of Gordon Cowans. That would have been an ideal time to score and get Wolves back into this game. Rogers, Blake, Cowans just getting a foot in ahead of him. Dennison. Venus, good cross in, and Mills is there, gets the header on it, and probably had a little more time than he realised. He just shakes his head in disappointment there, but it was probably the best chance Lee Mills has had this afternoon, Neil, as that ball was crossed in. He was in quite a lot of space.
Yes, I think that sums up a rather disappointing and blank afternoon for the Wolves forward line.
Blake for Gage. Did well to keep it in play, only just did so, but that's a poor back pass as Goodman races onto it, could get his first goal, and the referee points to the spot. At least Wolves can now have the consolation of a penalty. Their prize penalty taker, Andy Thompson, of course, not here, not in the side. And Goodman definitely brought down by Alan Kelly. I don't think there could be much doubt about that one, Neil.
I'm not sure. I'd like to have a look at the video pictures of that, to be honest. But it is a great chance. If Wolves can score now through De Wolf, it should be a frantic final minute.
Yes, they probably left it too late. De Wolf it is, the Wolves captain, who has taken up the responsibility of this penalty. Kelly in the Wolves goal, in the United goal, is beaten by De Wolf, as the two Wolves men race into the back of the net to collect the ball. The last despairing seconds of this game for Wolves, but John De Wolf has put them back in with at least a modicum of hope with that penalty. It's Sheffield United 2, Wolves 1. And the Wolves fans who haven't yet made a premature departure, buoyed by that, there's only about half of the crowd left on the Wolves sides of the ground. But they're getting behind their side. If they should salvage anything from this, the fans who've left early will be cured of their habit, I'm sure. I never understood why people leave football matches before the whistle's gone, Neil.
No, and well, certainly with the crowds, maybe they're worried about the parking, but they're going to miss a very exciting final 30 seconds, I think, now, as Wolves pour everybody forward.
Yes, Mark Venus now with his free kick. Surely the last chance, and it may only be half the crowd, but they're making plenty of noise here as De Wolf throws himself at that one. Could fall for Paul Blades. Outside now for David Kelly. Gets a second chance. Chips it back in. Brian Law's there. Goodman throws himself at it. Now Dennison. And the header! It's there! I can't believe it! Well, that's incredible! Neil Emblem makes it 2-all! What an amazing finish for Wolves here! What a recovery! Well, I hope that that's cured a few Wolves fans of leaving the ground early, Neil.
Astonishing, absolutely astonishing. Who'd be a Sheffield United fan now?
Well, the Sheffield United fans are all still here, and they're all absolutely silent. It's the Wolves fans, those that have stayed here, who've been rewarded with quite the most remarkable comeback I've ever seen. The last few seconds ticking away on the watch. It's almost 10 to 5 by the clock above Alan Kelly in that Stan Collins stand. And the referee blows the final whistle. That's it. Wolves have salvaged the point.
It's FA Cup third round time again, and Wolves have to take on Mansfield Town on a very difficult pitch. The turf here at Field Mill, heavily sanded, particularly in the half that Wolves are defending. The ball laid through for Lee Mills. It'll be a Wolves throw. Kelly. Callens, quick tackle from O'Neill Donaldson, and very rapidly Simon Ireland pulling away on this right hand side. He's got support, just kept it in play. Problems for Mark Venus. Kelly to Goodman. Be a Wolves corner. Banner referring to Paul Holland, of course, the Mansfield Town number 4, as Callens takes the corner, floated in and headed on. Problems here, and it's in the net. But that won't count. Brian Law celebrating, but the referee has already indicated a foul on Darren Ward. Donaldson with the header on. Law's clearance wasn't too effective, and that's a brave piece of goalkeeping. Could be problems here. Donaldson through again. And he scores! Well, the mistake was by Dutchman John de Wolf. He didn't get the tackle in, and O'Neill Donaldson ran through, used his pace, and on a difficult surface slotted home under Paul Jones, who gave those Mansfield Town fans there plenty to celebrate. It's Mansfield Town 1, Wolves 0. their feet again. This time Ireland getting away on the right, tries to find Hadley. Launch the long throw. Off the head of Mark Venus, De Wolf getting it away, but it's back in again by Lampkin. Now Cowan's trying to bring it down. He eventually gets the clearance. Mills heading it on to Goodman, gets the return. Cowan's outside to Kelly. Blades down the middle for Emblem to chase. That's easy for Ward. A complete shock here at Field Mill. O'Neill Donaldson putting Mansfield Town ahead. Just 7 minutes into the first half. A real shock for the First Division team. Dennison. Ward out of his area again, and that's a good clearance. Donaldson chasing after it again, causing problems for Law. Oh, it's a poor ball by Brian Law. Gives it straight to Simon Ireland. Venus has to concede the corner on this near side. Let's go out for a throw that A.D. Boothroyd will take. Good long throw again. Jones is coming. He's not really got it clear. Ireland back in there and he scored! Incredible. Simon Ireland makes it 2-0 to Mansfield Town. Less than 10 minutes gone on the watch. And what a blow. Surging forward, Goodman, Emblen's shot. Well, it came off the defender, and I think Darren Wall was trying to prevent it going for the corner. Cairns, there's the front post. Best of corners from Gordon Cairns, but he'll get another opportunity to cross it in now towards the back post, and there's Goodman. It's over everybody. Brian Law chips it back in, and eventually behind. Oh, who'd have thought that little Mansfield Town would be leading 2-0 with half an hour played here at Field Mill in this third round FA Cup tie. Staring at an embarrassing FA Cup exit. Wolfing quickly now. This could come to Goodman. Back for Mills and well blocked. And the final shot. Oh, and Goodman had a free header. And really, he should have done better with that. Cairns trying to find a piece of turf. And that's the sand dunes. Floats it forward, looking for Goodman. That's a good header from Goodman. Law's there. Danger still not clear. Goodman back in again. Oh, it's there! Wolves get one back. David Kelly, the scorer. Mansfield Town at 6s and 7s couldn't get the ball cleared. Goodman fired it in across the 6-yard box, and it was stabbed home by David Kelly. Mansfield 2, Wolves 1. Oh, 7 minutes gone in the second half, and just the start that Graham Taylor wanted, really, to put Wolves back in contention in this third round FA Cup tie. The Wolves fans away behind Darren Ward's goal in fine voice now. Trapping it. Wilkinson gets away from the challenge. That's a good cross in. Oh! Good header from Duvall. Likewise, David Kelly and Cowans hoofing it forward. Emblem up well. Good layoff as well. Now Robbie Dennison can find space for the shot. He does, and he scored! Robbie Dennison! Well, Mansfield Town pay the penalty for giving him too much space and time. Robbie Dennison just teed it up for himself and hit the shot over the top of Darren Ward. A beautiful dipping shot that puts Wolves back on level terms. It's Mansfield 2, Wolves 2. Getting it forward now. Chance for Stuart Hadley to get into the Wolves penalty area. He's trying to curl it round. Wolf gets a second opportunity and has to settle for a corner. Post this time. Oh, and off the line! Well, incredibly poor Blades clearing that off the line, otherwise Wolves would have found themselves behind again, and Brian Law puts it out for a throw. Doing well on that far touchline. Getting the cross in, but there was no one there to take advantage of it. Like a push in the back by Hadley on Blades, but Hadley now with a chance for the shot. Oh, and it came off the boot of John Duvall from behind for the corner. Hadley holds his head. He can't believe it. Corner hitting low. Opportunity for Boothroyd, and he takes it short this time. It's crossed in low again, not the best of corners. Now Ireland with a chance to float it in towards the front post this time. That was a much better cross. Emblem helping it away. Sensibly not trying to be too fancy in their approach on this very, very difficult surface. Now Ireland back, taking the ball off Dennison, but eventually has to concede the throw. Mr. Mills. Cross in, oh, and cleared under pressure. Making way for Mark Rankin. second half now. Neil Emblin bursting forward through that midfield minefield. Pushed in low and Goodman had to snatch at the shot. Good tackling. Goodman's intention was Blades. Good clearance. More to Venus. And the Wolves will be pleased that they're back on level terms and will be happy, I'm sure, to settle for a replay. And faced an embarrassment of defeat with that 2-0 deficit at half-time. Just be pleased, I would think, to get Mansfield back to Molineux. A huge clearance from Paul Jones. Appeals for handball, but the referee waving play on. Now Lee Mills with a chance into the area, and Lee Mills has scored! Lee Mills picks up the ball from absolutely nothing, bursts into the area and hits a left foot shot past Darren Ward.
The Wolves manager will be hoping that his side don't have to go behind before they start to perform today. Stoke City have a good defensive record, and since Lou Mackay returned to the Victoria Ground in September, that has improved. Wolves have scored 13 goals in their last 6 games, but they've conceded the same number, and that has to be the main area for improvement this afternoon. There's Wolves kicking off, attacking the goal to our right. Jones has come and just got to the punch ahead of Pescisolido. Cranston putting it outside, and that'll be a throw into Stoke. Good header by Mark Venus, but Orligson will get the second opportunity as Vince Overson comes up to add his considerable presence to that of his colleagues in the box. And it's aimed towards him. Good header by Lee Mills, though. That's a great shot in. First time. Nigel Gleghorn, the man testing Paul Jones there. And Jones equal to it, getting well behind it. This time it's Overson who beats Mills in the air. Venus teasing ball down the line. Cranston should deal with it, and he does. Cowens cushions it to Venus. Good interplay. Now Venus with a chance to put the cross in. And good covering defensive work denies David Kelly the opportunity. Good bit of cover by John Dreyer. A nice approach work by Wolves down that left-hand side, and Robbie Dennison will float the corner in, doubtless towards the front post where John de Wolf is stationed. The flick on comes to Kelly! David Kelly scores for Wolves, a tremendous volley. The flick on at the front post, I think may have last come off a Stoke City head. But it was very definitely David Kelly who was the man who was there to provide the final touch, and a great left foot volley straight past Ron Sinclair. The corner coming in from Robbie Dennison, flicked on at the front post, and the last touch was definitely off the head of a Stoke City player. 42.5 minutes gone here in the first half. Wolves still lead by a goal to nil. That goal coming from David Kelly after 18 minutes. A lovely volley on the back post. So a flick on at the front corner had been deflected to him off a Stoke head. Cranston, a nasty bounce there, and he has to give it away to Birch now. Dennison, the two wingers operating on the same side of the pitch, and Wolves get their 5th corner of the afternoon, which Gordon Cowans will trip across to take. I shouldn't think he'll be hurrying too much as the half-time whistle looms, and Gordon Cowans will be quite happy along with his colleagues and Graham Taylor if they maintain this 1-0 scoreline till half-time, or maybe even extend it. Long one this time, and it's de Wolf who comes in on the back post. Well, the big Dutch centre-half came in, got up well on the back post. Cowans had picked him out superbly. Didn't quite get over the header. And Stoke's goal unassailed. The score remains 1-0. Blades as Wolves try to launch one more attack. Leghorn outside for Sanford. De Wolf appeals for a dangerous split up from John Dreyer, but the referee allowing Wolves to continue as they have possession. Venus galloping forward. Could fall for Emblem now. Can he get a dramatic goal at half-time? Couldn't quite provide the finish. Found himself with only the keeper to beat, but probably the last and certainly the best opportunity Wolves have had of extending that lead. Wolves being challenged by Dreyer. Blades. De Wolf to Venus. Kelly has made the run across. Oh, that's neat work by Vince Overson. Good skill from the big man. Law getting there just ahead of Scott. Venus for Kelly, nice control. Now Wolves building through midfield. Emblem finding Blades. Mills. Birch. Emblem again. He's made progress down that right. Just out for the throw rather than the corner. It was a neat piece of build-up work though by Wolves. Come on Wolfie is the chant from the fans in the Stancully stand as John de Wolf decides to get up there to take the throw in. The referee wants it nearer to the corner flag. Shall I take it from around the corner flag, says John de Wolf. Towards that front post, and there were 3 Stoke players converging on it, and no Wolves player. Birch floats it in towards the back post. There's David Kelly. Sinclair has to make a point-blank save, but Real questions about the Stoke City defence there. David Kelly left unmarked. I think it was Vince Overson who should have been marking him, and this time it's Overson who gets it away. Birch extends the leg and picks it up. Cleghorn to Orlickson. Stoke breathe again. Cleghorn and on this right-hand side, Ian Clarkson's made a good run trying to get round Mark Venus. Miscontrols it, and that'll be a goal kick to Wolves. Kelly, Orlickson. Now Cowan's just getting his body in the way. De Wolf launches it forward, but Clarkson easily cutting it out. Now Williams, the substitute for Stoke. Pescasolido, great effort! Just set up nicely for Paul Pescasolido on the edge of the area, and he whipped in the shot first time, and he wasn't too far wide of Paul Jones's goal. 10 minutes to go in this second half. Has to be said, it hasn't been the most inspiring of games. Well, I suppose that will matter too much to Wolves fans and Graham Taylor if at the end of 90 minutes they have 3 points secured with that David Kelly goal. Kelly chasing forward again, and now could get another opportunity. He has Birch outside him. Mills looking for the ball forward, just has to check his run, and Kelly takes the ricochet, could go all the way himself. Mills can pick it up, and there's Dennison on the back post. There's Emblin. Dennison fires it in. Robbie Dennison almost scoring a spectacular goal from a really wide, tight angle there. Williams down for Clarkson. Blade. Dennison in space, 2-on-2 here. Can Dennison find the space for the shot? Oh, what a fabulous goal by Robbie Dennison. Superb strike. Well, I said what a fabulous goal he scored at Mansfield, and that one was right out of the top drawer. The ball laid up for him by Gordon Cowan, and well, Robbie Dennison might celebrate. He's found his way back into the side, and at the moment, who can deny that Robbie Dennison is playing probably the best football of his career.
An FA Cup interlude tonight. Sheffield Wednesday kick-off. They're just glad to get on the grass again for the first time since that win at West Ham. So severe has been the wintry weather up here in the past few days. But the pitch is immaculate. And here's Mark Bright, Chris Bart-Williams on the left. Forward by Neil Emblin. Getting a little bit of the treatment from the Wolves fans. He's been through that before, but not always in home matches.
People don't boo bad players, Martin.
And he's got a free kick. Smothered by Jones. Given his record, the Barron run might go on forever.
They'll be anxious to score, Mark. 6 games without a goal is a statistic you'll be looking at.
And here is a player very much in form, Robbie Dennison. Kelly. Couldn't get any change from Walker. Ian Nolan. Sheridan. And well by Law. Lee Mills is in for Wolves here, and it was a wonderful chance. Kelly still trying to fasten onto the rebound, but Mills, who's a local lad, comes from Barnsley.
Well, they might just look to the get. Des Walker's the one who steps out slightly late. You watch there, the bottom there, near there it goes. Now it's very tight. The linesman gives the attacking side the advantage. Mills is through. It's not very well struck at all. It just might have come a little bit early in the game for the kid.
Here's Atherton. Now Thompson. Glanced on by Emblem. Mills showing plenty of confidence here. Well, he's certainly not downhearted by the earlier miss. That was a tremendous effort.
Oh, it's a super effort. It really was very, very nice. But the ball in's a good one. Emblem makes a run forward from midfield. But look at this. He has a look round, sees Nolan, flicks it over him, comes back inside him. And that's not far away. If he'd have struck the earlier chance as well as he strikes this one, then Wolves might well be one up at the moment.
Of players around Paul Jones in the Wolves goal. Delivery not coming from the corner straight away. Now Nolan crosses well, and it's over from Whittingham.
Well, they're pointing fingers to Wolf. At Law at Wolf.
Good touch under pressure from Dennison. On up to Andy Thompson against Waddle. And Waddle's not chasing back on Thompson, but the Wolves have lost the ball, and now Waddle's in behind the defender. An early pass. Bright chases, was a whisker away from being a wonderful ball. It's Hyde who puts it back. The Wolves on the line. Still, the threat is there. It's Bart Williams homing in, and Paul Birch has covered him well for Wolves. Kelly, Cowans, the runner is Goodman. The ball's not good enough for him. Indeed, just a word on Gordon Cowans. I said he's fitted in so well. Graham Taylor very pleased with the way he's coped with the physical side of the football. 36, just hoping for a bit more from the passing, which is normally his strong suit.
Well, it hasn't been bad tonight. I think he's picked a good night. He's in a good half, Gordon Cowans.
That's Law. Oh, just away from the target from Kelly.
I don't know whether he's asking the referee, did it get a touch off someone?
But Wolves have a corner. John de Wolf goes right in on the line. Gordon Cowans to try and drift it in. Oh, that was Emblem at the near post. Birch. It's another thoughtful ball from Cowans. Goodman. Across the face of the goal there.
Super strike from Paul Birch, I think it was, Martin, who linked up beautifully. Don Goodman holds it up. Now look at Birch's run, it's laid off perfectly. Oh, I think to be fair to Kevin Pressman, if that's on target, the goalkeeper might well have saved it.
Atherton. Waddle again, Walker gets out the way. Bart Williams. Nice play again by Emblem. Blades. Kelly. Goodman peeling off it. And he's got through here, Don Goodman. making the chances isn't the problem for Wolverhampton Wanderers here, it's the taking of them. It's fine work on the ball from Bart Williams. Good goalkeeping from Jones, who's got to reposition here. Sheridan, and he is in the right place.
Well, that's the first genuine scare, I feel, for Wolves. It was a great ball and great skill, but not only that, he follows it with a really clever ball. Look at Bright's run, that's good as well. He's only about 6 inches away from making connection. Pop it back to Sheridan, one touch strike. The goalkeeper's happy to see that go straight at him.
And here is Gowns taking the corner. Law of the Wolf trying to get free. Comes across to Venus. Preston left it to Walker. Denison heading it back in. It's a magnetic effect that Cowan seems to have on the ball. Goodman. Emblem. Cuts back to him by Law. He's confident enough to stay forward in the free play. But now Sheffield Wednesday had the opportunity, he felt, to perhaps expose Wolves for overcommitting forward. Venus with a cross.
Oh, that's a chance. That is a chance. That's a great ball in. It really was a super ball. And Brownlow, there he comes in at the edge of the box, launches himself at it, gets a head on that, and you just feel you have to put them on target. How many chances can they keep creating?
Breaking to his left. And down he goes, and Sheffield Wednesday have a penalty. With 3.5 minutes left on the clock. An amazing late turn of events here as John de Wolf came across, but it was Neil Emblem who played the ball.
Well, I didn't think it was a penalty when I first saw it. Emblem does what you all want all midfield players who are tracking to do, and that's to get something on the ball. You see Emblem immediately points to it. He won the ball. The referee was a good 25 yards away from the incident. And once again, Alan Wilkie's involved in controversy.
Well, John Sheridan has been taking the penalties for Sheffield Wednesday, but not successfully. He's off the pitch, and the responsibility with Chris Bart Williams. With a fantastic save.
Oh, that's magnificent goalkeeping, it really is. And I think it's justice there. Thought it was a harsh decision, but what a save from the goalkeeper. Chris Bart Williams really did hit the back of the ball very firmly. But the goalkeeper guessed right and pulled off a great save.
Bart Williams takes the corner. Paul Jones has kept Wolverhampton Wanderers in the FA Cup.
Well, it's worth looking at again. Now watch it, he hits the back of the ball. Goalkeeper goes early. It's a good height. You deserve a bit of luck, you get it. He can't watch Trevor, he's looking away. He's missed it.
They talked about Chris Waddle against Graham Taylor, who shouldn't have ever neglected Des Walker. Reminded Graham Taylor that it didn't end too happily, did it, between England player and manager when Walker lost form. And here are Wolves and Goodman. And we're in stoppage time. Well, it's been a good night's work for Wolves, but they've got the replay thanks to this man. Paul Jones only recently earning a regular place in the side in preference to Mike Stowell. You may not have seen too much of him. You've seen him tonight, and Chris Bart Williams will never forget him, Andy.
Super save, Martin. They didn't deserve to go down, I have to say, but sometimes you don't deserving cup ties. He made up his mind, the goalkeeper, to go very positively one way, and he was rewarded.
Well, so far